EHC Needs Assessment. The following video is a step-by-step guide of how to complete a needs assessment form. The first section of the form asks for the child's details. The section which asks for type of setting means type such as mainstream, specialist, alternative provision, or independent. The next sections of the form are about the language the child hears at home and whether the child needs an interpreter for verbal communication and/or written translation. If the answer is yes, the form then asks what language is required. The following section needs to state the child's GP surgery details. The next section asks for details about the child's special educational needs. If more space is needed, then a separate sheet can be used. If this is the case, then you will need to write in this box something such as, "Please see attached document named Appendix 1. The following section is a list which just requires a yes or no answer next to each box. Next, the form asks for the parent, carer contact details. Correspondence will be via email, unless otherwise specified, so make sure you input your email address carefully. This next box is asking for any communication needs of the parent, carer. If the parent, carer requires an interpreter for verbal communication and/or translations for written communication. It also asks if the parent has any other needs. This could be something such as dyslexia. If there is a second parent, carer who is part of the application for a needs assessment, their details can be added in this section. This next section asks for the same communication needs and any other needs of the second parent, carer if applicable. Next is a section that, again, just requires a yes or no answer next to each box. If the stated professional or service is or has been involved with the child, then answer yes. If they have not or are not involved, then answer no. Next on the form there are sections where professionals' details can be added. This is so that any professionals involved can be contacted to give their views. If there are more than 4 professionals, these can be added on a separate sheet. If this is required, add the additional professional details as an appendix. The following section asks for the parent, carer's views on what support they believe the child needs at a school or placement. It also asks how they believe this support can be best given. This section also asks if there are any things that have worked well before, and this can be at home or in an education setting, that are not in place at the moment. Again, if there is more information that can fit in the box provided, this can be added to an additional sheet. This should be stated in this box. For example, please see additional information in attached appendix. The next section on the needs assessment request form is asking for the parent, carer to compare the child to other children the same age. With that in mind, the form asks what the child is good at, what they worry about, and what the parent, carers are worried and concerned about. Once the form is completed, it can be sent to the email address displayed on this slide, or posted to Norfolk Children's Services, SEN Operational Support Team, Lower Ground Floor, County Hall, Martineau Lane, Norwich, NR12DH. The following documents must be sent alongside the needs assessment request form. All assessments, diagnoses, reports from professionals supporting your child, dated within the last 24 months. A family conversation form. A SEND Education Healthcare Plan Data Protection Information, Privacy Notice and Consent to Information Sharing, SEND DP1. All of these forms can be found on the local offer. For more information about EHCPs, please see our EHCP resource section on our website.